Solo queue has become the bottomless pit of despair recently. And I do not say that lightheartedly. And I'm usually a positive person. And I tried to be positive recently. I really did. I played a bunch of solo queue Survivor, and things were horrible. I don't know how it's been for everyone else recently, but it has been terrible as of recently. Maybe that's just me, though. I have to say, I do have a theory about this. But let's get into what's actually happening in Dead by Daylight. So, solo queue, for those of you who do not know what it is when you play solo Survivor, since you can't play with someone else as killer. So, you load in with 3 other random people, they might be together, they might not be, and you're all going to try your hardest to win the game. Now, in solo queue, a lot of people tend to do whatever they want, which is fine, because most times people will loop, they'll get gens done, they'll understand, like, oh, I gotta get this save. But recently, it's been horrible. I've had people that don't last long in chase at the start, and that's fine, that's okay, we're all learning. But just because they don't live long enough against maybe a nemesis or a blight, they DC immediately. And I'm like, okay, we're playing Survivor. We have 3 chances or 2 chances for hooks to try and loop again, run away from the killer, and try our hardest. But we decide to give up after the first one. I think that's stupid, in my opinion. I know people are tired of certain killers. I know people are tired of playing the game sometimes, or maybe something's happening in their personal life and they just have to DC, which is completely understandable. But 9 times out of 10, people DC because something doesn't go right in that first minute. If someone goes down too quickly, if someone else DCs, someone else is going to DC too. I've had all of the outcomes in under a week. And it really got me thinking, is solo queue always like this? And some of you might say, yes, solo queue is literally always like this. I wouldn't say so. I would say, right now, it's more apparent than ever that it's like this, for some reason. Because I've played a bunch of Survivor in the past, and usually it would be every 5 games or so that would be like a horrible game, or like someone DCs or something bad happens. But it's been every other game. Like every single other one. And I really was thinking, why is this happening now? What's making it so all these survivors are done? Like, what was the big change that happened over maybe the past month? And then it hit me. 2v8. Now, hold on there for a second. I don't think it's just because people are playing in 2v8 and want casual games, and maybe that's pushed over to 1v4 and people are tired, they don't want to try as much, they're missing the fun of 2v8 and they're just DCing because they don't want to do it. That could be it. That could be it. But I think it's deeper. I think it's the MMR system. You know that hidden MMR system that they don't tell you about? That hidden number that says where your position is in ranking and whatnot? I think there's something very, very wrong with it. Or there's literally no one playing the game and you're getting matched with everyone. But I really, really think there's something wrong with that MMR system. Now, I'm not one for theories, not one to deep dive on this either, but it's been so terrible recently that I just had to think what could be causing it. And I truly think 2v8 did do a number on this. Maybe it's something with the coding, maybe it's something that got messed up with the MMR, but I really, really believe 2v8 did some dirty work to it. Because the past 2v8s were nothing like this at all. Like, there were times where I played 2v8. The past 2 times I played 2v8, it would be chill, it'd be fun. We would like see maybe less of a player base playing after 2v8 was gone, but the lobbies were not this bad. And even when I was playing 1v4 during 2v8, I would have god tier lobbies. Like, these survivors knew what they were doing. When I played as killer, when I played as survivor, it was insane. I think maybe there's just some influx of all the 2v8 players playing in pubs now, but it doesn't make much sense because there is an MMR system for a reason. That's why it has me so confused. And I know the game is programmed or set up to be that if you want to play a match, it'll put you in a match no matter what. The MMR system will not wait for you to play with people. It will give you a match. It might not be the best match, but it'll be a match. Maybe that has to do with it, maybe it doesn't. If anyone has any clue how this works or what's actually happening, I would love the information, but this is all I have to go off of. And I'm not just saying this about survivors as well. I have gone against very interesting killers. Now, I'm not a good survivor at all, I would say. I'm pretty average, maybe slightly above average, very, very slightly. I would say, though, that killers recently, in my survivor matches, have been maybe DCing a little bit more or a little bit more toxic. I don't know. I've seen a lot more toxicity going on from killers and survivors, too. Even if we have these DCs and whatnot, it just straight up toxicity. I mean, I was playing killer the other day. I start taking a chase with a Lara or a Nia, and then they just immediately teabag after the first hit, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then they go down because they teabagged and didn't make enough distance. Like, I don't know. Is there an increase in toxicity? Is there something going on in the community? Is there like a toxicity bug or like a DCing bug? What is happening? Thank you guys for listening to my tangent about I don't even know what's happening in Dead by Daylight. I would appreciate any information that anyone has, any theories or any kind of ideas as to what is going on with the game right now in solo queue and lobbies in general with MMR. Is something messed up with it? Am I insane? Is this how it always is? Every other game? I don't think so. But you let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. I love fumbling over my words. I'll see you guys. Bye.